What is going on, everybody? MrZDawgSwag here, coming to you with week 5 of the CPBA, and today we are facing off against Kie. Had an unfortunate turn of events here. It was raining outside, and it was getting pretty nasty outside, and I think my Wi-Fi just totally didn't want to help me out. As you can probably see here, I DC'd like right off the bat, so it wasn't fun. We actually did have a rain delay because like it totally just knocked out my Wi-Fi, and I had to like reset my whole computer. We had a rain delay in Pokemon, which is pretty impossible, but it happened. So we'll see that later on, and we'll just get into the match here. We're bringing some heat with the stored power and Necrozma. We got a Choice Banded Mamoswine, defensive. All three of these are pretty defensive, just so we can deal with Lopunny. And then we got a AV Magearna. So we'll get right into it here. We'll start it off. I was expecting him to lead with something other than Tapu Koko, but he actually just did led with Tapu Koko. And I should have led with Rotom, so I could have Volt Switch right away. But essentially, he goes for Volt Switch, and the damage was really weird. Like I was trying to figure out what it was. It wasn't Scarf, it wasn't Specs, but I couldn't figure out what it was. I can't hit Gliscor with my Rotom because I'm not running Overheat or HP Fire, so I have to switch out. I go into Blastoise, and Scald does a good number to his team, but he does reveal Protect, which does stink. So I do just continue to fire off Scalds, and right here I get a good roll, and he does get burned. So if I get the same roll, I should KO him, right? Yeah, no, I get an absolute low roll. So that was completely great. So this thing just continued to wipe out my Blastoise. So there goes my my Water Stab. So I was kind of upset that I got an absolute low roll. But in any case, I go into Zapdos, and I read his Gliscor, and I go for the HP Ice, and it does a lot to him. So he does reveal that he's a bit specially defensive. So essentially, he has to switch out here. I just go for it again because I don't want him living. But Gliscor is like the only thing in my way from letting Rotom do the work. So he goes Tapu Koko, and I just go into Magearna because I am Assault Vest. He does read the Mamoswine, but I do go into that. And he goes go Volt Switch. And right here, I go for Flash Cannon. It doesn't pick up the Knockout, which, again, does stink. So I probably should have gone for Ice Beam there, making that read. But he does do that, and I do make the read of Earthquake, and I go into Zapdos again. So again, he goes for the Protect, just getting his Toxic back up. And I go for the HP Ice, just trying to catch him, but again, it's not working. And he is getting up to the point where he will live another HP Ice. And right here, again, I just go for it again. Thunderbolt's not doing any more. So there wasn't too much point in that. I do go into Rotom here. I should have roosted there. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it would have done a lot, but if I would have roosted, I would have been able to stay in with Zapdos, and that would have been a best case scenario. So instead of switching into Rotom, I should have just stayed in and roosted there. But in any case, he does go Skarmory, and I do get a big Volt Switch off, but he is Ayapapa, which is an interesting set. And he does set up his Rocks, which does stink for my defensive mons, especially for Zapdos. But here he just goes for Brave Bird, and I do kill him with the Thunderbolt. If I was like Shift Gear there, I probably would have won, but to no avail. He does go Lopunny here, and he does go for Fake Out, which I wasn't expecting. I figured he would go for like just High Jump Kick right off the bat, because it does do a lot to most of the things on my team. And he does kick me up with High Jump Kick there. So right here, I go into this hoping to set up and win. And if I would have run HP Fighting over Brick Break, I would have won. After one Calm Mind, HP Fighting would have killed this thing. But to no avail, because I did decide to go with Brick Break over it, just to get screens away with Aurora Veil on Ninetales. So he goes for D-Pulse. I'm glad he's special. Because obviously, you know, I'm specially invested, and I do have the Calm Mind. So I do go for Moonlight, and right here, is where it just goes downhill. He got a crit, and I was so upset. Not gonna lie, he said sorry for the crit because it obviously mattered. And this statement here was, it's true, but I'm really salty about it. I'm just not gonna lie, I was really salty about it. So he does get it, and he does reveal black hole eclipse. Normal dark pulse wouldn't have taken me out. It could have flinched, it could have crit again, but the chances of that are, again, like 13%. So I go into a Zapdos here. I'm pretty much just, raging. I'm pretty done with it. I'm playing quick. I go for hidden power. I should have gone for like a toxic there or something. I don't know. But go for fake out, trying to just dwindle me down. I'm getting my lefties back, but I am at negative attacks. He does reveal Healing Wish, and that Machamp is just going to get right back into it. So he pretty much seals the deal right there. But I go for Toxic, and I'm just trying to get this to have more damage on it than the Flame Ward would. And Rock Tomb doesn't take me out, which I'm surprised he didn't run like a, what do you call it, like a Stone Edge set. Even though he is Guts, Stone Edge would have done a lot more to that thing. So anyway, I'm noticing that Mamoswine getting an Ice Shard off looks really good. So I'm trying to dwindle this thing down as much as I can. And I see he's going for close combat, which is great. Because he's getting negative defenses, and he's getting low. So right here, I'm like, okay, this thing's really low. This thing's negative defenses. This thing's semi-low. This is the only thing I'm worried about because it's at a lot of HP. And this thing's 4 times weak. But I am banded Mamoswine. And if I was adamant, I might have won. But to my sadness, I was jolly because I was trying to outspeed. I'm not sure exactly what I was trying to outspeed, but I go for Ice Shard here, and it doesn't kill the Coco. I don't know if he had any HP or not. He might have been just normal 252 set. But anyway, we did lose that match 2-0. And that is going to hurt us in terms of staying in second and first place for the season. So thank you guys for watching this video. Shout out to Kai for sticking with me. I think it was around turn like 30-ish. Maybe like 20. Yeah, turn 24. That was when the rain delay happened. And I went off for I think it felt like it was like 10 minutes. I don't know if it was quite that long, but it was a decent amount of time, and he didn't put the timer on. So shout out to Kai. I'll link his YouTube if he has one in the description. So go check him out and sub to him. In any case, like I said, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more YouTube or CPVA action. I'm MrZDawgSwag. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.